What is going on, guys? Today we are talking top 5 ejector airtime moments. Now before I get into that, I just want to say I'm sorry. I literally have not uploaded a video in at least a month because first off, my computer would not even start, so it was in the repair shop for about a month, and also school has been kind of hard. So I'm sorry about that. This channel is not dying. We are still going to go strong from now forward. And also thank you guys for helping me hit 600 subscribers. That montage, I just spoiled it. It's going to be sort of a coaster montage thing, but that project is already in the works, and I will get that uploaded as soon as it is done. I do not know when it will be, but for now, we are talking the top 5 ejector airtime moments. Not floater, but ejector. I'm talking smack in the lap bar, but it's still amazing. Ejector airtime. So let's go ahead and get into this. Alright, now coming in at number 5, we have Magnum XL 200. Now don't go get your butter knife to come castrate me. Instead, get a pen, get a marker, or get a tattoo gun and write this on your hand with Las Vegas lights around it and circle it. Because this is how you get on this ride and do not have a terrible experience and actually see how people find it enjoyable. So on this ride, do not sit on an axle, basically. Sit in the middle of each car within the train. So there's, I believe each is 3. Get on the second one with each car, and instead you will get nice, enjoyable pops of airtimes on the hills back instead of not being able to have children, basically. So yes, that is the key to riding this ride and getting good airtime, and you know, it's actually enjoyable airtime once you've learned how to ride it correctly. Alright, coming at the number 4 spot, we have Twisted Colossus. Now, I am not talking about the double down, if I can be honest real quick and not get hated on. There's nothing to go running home about with that double down. But I'm talking about the ejector hill that is under the stall. Now, this is my first RMC, so that's why, you know, I don't have Storm Chaser's hill that looks exactly like this tied with it. But still, that is just the straight ejector airtime hill. And there is a little bump before it, but that is just not as good as going straight up, not straight up, but on this hill and going and blasting your lap bars as you're going on the top. And I did not get it to duel, but I'm sure this ejector moment is made even better by the fact that you can have a train dueling above you. So unfortunately I did not get this ride to duel, but I'm sure that airtime is still, well, it's definitely just as strong, but it's probably way better when there's a train above you waving at you. But still, this is a great airtime moment. My favorite part about this ride isn't the inversions, not the 0G stall, not the 0G roll, but the actual airtime on it. Alright, now guys, coming in at the number 3 spot, we have Maverick's 2 hills and Fahrenheit's 1 hill. Now I'm going to go over these, you know, as both as the number 3 spot because they are so similar. Now on Maverick, you have 2 amazing airtime moments. You know, you hear Maverick, everybody loves Maverick because it's got the inversions, it's got the turns, it's got the intensity, it has an okay launch, and it has airtime, a few moments of airtime too. So that is why everybody loves Maverick. Now on this first hill, it's up there with the Twisted Colossus hill. In fact, a little better. That's really the one moment I look forward to in this ride. Not the launch, not the horseshoe rolls, but that airtime moment. That is my favorite moment on this ride. And then after the launch, after you make your way back, there is another small dip of airtime. It's not as good as the first hill, but still, it is another good ejector moment. Now we turn to Fahrenheit, and it does only have 1 ejector moment. And you know, I think Fahrenheit and Maverick are a lot closer in ratings, a lot closer than people say they should be. I mean, I like the vertical lift more than Maverick's launch lift, and I don't think Maverick's, you know, launch is, I'm probably gonna get hated on, but I don't think it's good enough to put it that far above Fahrenheit. I think they are both good tight rides, but Fahrenheit does have a nice little pop of airtime right before the turn into the brakes, and it is really cool because you think you're going to go up and you're going to hit the brakes that are above you, but instead you just smack down and you get that amazing moment of airtime. Now am I going to get hated on because I said, you know, these rides are close to each other? You know, they'll probably be 3 spots above in my top 20. Yes, probably, but you cannot deny that both of these rides have great airtime, so focus on that. Alright, coming at the number 2 spot, and I'm sure I'm going to get hated on for switching the number 2 and the number 1 spot, but I have Skyrush, and I can't really pick a hill that is greater than all of them. Now, everybody says the first one is greater. I personally think the second hill on Skyrush is greater for airtime because you know you're going to have to dive right under the first hill, but you don't know when it's going to happen. You're like, we're going to hit, and then boom, it hits, and you get some amazing airtime. Skyrush is a good ride, slight rattle, but it's still a good ride, probably in my top 5 once I make my top 20. By the way, I'm working on that, but that airtime moment on that second hill is great because you know you're not gonna run right into the first hill, so you're gonna dive under it. And the first hill is also great as well, and there's a few other great airtime moments on this ride. So that is why it is number 2, because it is some of the strongest airtime you can get on any rides. Now I don't really have a problem with the restraints. I think, you know, they're sort of like the Mack ride restraints I've been on Manta at SeaWorld San Diego, but these restraints, it's something different. They do tighten up on you, but I think that's just due to the extreme airtime or whatever. However anybody wants to blame on it, I don't want to say they tighten up on you, but they just get uncomfortable as the more and more uncomfortable as the ride progresses. But yeah, Skyrush is at number 2. Alright guys, coming in at number 1. Now people have told me this ride has gotten rougher. People have told me this ride is overhyped. I don't really care. That you cannot deny that El Toro has the best airtime moment on any ride. Now, I'm actually mad at myself for saying such a definitive statement that can be debated. But I'm not talking about just the hills, which, by the way, are great for ejector. I'm talking about the Rolling Thunder Hill, which somehow somebody told me is overhyped. But it is what it is. You think what you think, honestly. But this is my number 1 ejector airtime moment. And just rolling through this ride with my mom, I looked to my mom and said, "Mom, this part might hurt," because I've seen the POVs. I have seen how quickly it goes over this hill. So me and my mom are just rolling through. She thought I was talking about the camera. I was like, "No, Mom, this part might hurt." And then we smack our lap bars and almost fly out as we come down and look back down over that Rolling Thunder Hill. No pain whatsoever, just maximum ejector airtime, and it is absolutely amazing. Probably one of my favorite parts of any ride. But yeah, El Toro's Rolling Thunder Hill is going to have the number 1 spot on this list. I personally think El Toro is a lot better than Skyrush as a ride, even if it's gotten rough. You know, I've heard it's gotten on the turnarounds and on the switchback turns at the very end, but it doesn't matter because this Rolling Thunder Hill is still amazing, and that is why it has the number 1 spot on this list. Alright guys, that'll do it for this top 5 ejector airtime moments. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm not making a new t-shirt or anything for 600 subscribers, so the link will still be in the description for the same design. I think it is a very nice t-shirt. I have 2 of my own. So yeah, guys, I already said like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Ew, I don't like that I just said peace. Oh, I didn't start recording. Alright, well, see you in the next video again.
And if you want it, a smooth ride, here's a little surprise, baby, because I am not calibrated, they're a little overrated, everybody's looking at you. Wanna find the peace of mind that everyone is looking for, you might as well just find a different crew. And if you want it, a surprise, here's a little advice, baby, don't go looking for it, everyone will know you're boring, and for sure it's snoring when they're looking at you.